Okay. So, Pawan, hope you have got the question.
Yep, I got it. So basically, importance of the coding classes are teaching about coding to the kids
Yes.
starting from the early stage, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yep. I think in everywhere like across the world these days, basically that is also one of the subjects I see. Maybe not in all schools, but at least in most of the schools. Basically, I feel that if you introduce the programming concepts to the kids in the early stages, they would definitely start thinking logically. Um, because other than the academic subjects like the regular math, science, social, but even if you start teaching the kids like how the what is a computer, how they work, and if you start teaching them, they'll get more interested because these days everyone wants to use the smartphone or the laptop or maybe smart TV, because these are all becoming part of daily life, right? So, and once you start teaching them, they'll also get more interested, okay, how the things work, what is internet, how all those, and one, so at least they could start from the basics, and then they'll get basically, they definitely their thinking will be changed a lot, okay, and after that basically slowly based on their interest, they can go into a particular area, whether it is web or whether it is whatever it is, and they can also grow their skills along with other academic activities.
And here in this connection, I would like to ask a question, Pawan. So here our
Yep.
children get one problem. The problem here is our children are get habituated to playing PUBG and other games and all. Even parents also they say every time. So do the children of America they also have the same problem?
Yes, I mean it's same thing everywhere. I
Mm.
don't think I should not say it's a problem. It all depends on it's all we need to tell them. Basically, even my kids also play, but I always give a time limit. So otherwise, like I mean, if you don't tell them, of course they don't know, so they'll just continue playing because they like a lot, right? So I feel like how much they play. So definitely you need to explain them, what are the pros and cons, and that's how you will control it. So
Nice. So next question, from
Sir,
whom can I expect?
may I ask, sir?
Sure, sure.
Sir, this coding and decoding to system, is it useful for only software side or it may be useful for another field also, sir?
Okay,
yeah, I
nice
mean,
doubt.
see, yeah, it's just not for like IT or anything, right? We don't know what they will become in the future, right? So I mean that they should get anyway that opportunity to like, in what area they want to go. What I feel is basically if they're introduced with the coding also, at least they'll get good knowledge about thinking basically. See, programming is always two things I feel. One, basically you need to know what is that. You need to remember the syntax. That is one thing. But second thing is how you will apply that knowledge. Like logical thinking is very important, right? So that is the main logical thinking they would get. So otherwise, they can remember by heart, all those syntaxes, and they can also become good in that one. But thinking is a lot better than in that way. Basically, when you start introducing those subjects. So, and of course, if they want to go into the IT area in the future, so they can go because they already learned at least the basics. But if they want to pursue some other thing, so definitely nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Then nice gentlemen. Next question is from
Hi, sir.
Rajalakshmi ji. Okay, please go ahead.
I am Rajalakshmi. How to the marketing in data science in USA?
Rajalakshmi, your voice is not clear. Could you please repeat?
Yes.
Please repeat, Rajalakshmi.
Hi.
Please
Hi,
repeat.
sir. What is the marketing means in data science in USA, sir?
What is the
Okay.
marketing? Okay.
Data
So,
science.
Okay, hope you have
yeah, I
understood,
got it.
Pavan. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Yep. There is a lot of demand in that. So, and you'll definitely get good opportunities in that. So these days, basically, every company has so much data, right? So it all depends on how we use that data to get out more output of that, right? Like for example, um, based on that, like see, for example, if you see Netflix, maybe they have a lot of data, like how many consumers are there, in what area they're basically what kind of movies they're watching, or maybe what timings they're watching, what is the different age range. So based on that, once they apply the analytics on those data, so they could easily figure out, okay, what kind of new things that they need to buy, right? So what kind of movies they need to get more, or maybe what kind of type of video. So that way, like they'll get more business also. So that is why there is a lot of demand for that particular subject, and there are very good opportunities in that area.
Nice,
Thank you, sir.
Rajlakshmi. Okay, nice, Rajlakshmi. Good.
Excuse me,
Yes, Keshav, go
excuse
ahead.
me, sir.
Please.
Sir, where did you study and how did you become that much, means the high official?
Uh, Before that, you need to say your name and qualification.
Okay. I am Keshanath. I am studying 6th class. 6th class.
Okay, now come again your question.
What did you study and where did you study? How did you become a great officer?
Okay, so you have become great officer, great, uh, software engineer. Then how did you become like that? What made you be the great one?
So I studied in India only, like actually I wanted to become a teacher. And of course, my father also wanted me to become a teacher. That's where I started with, like 12th. Like, I taught basically C, C++, those languages like VB6, VB.NET. Um, but before that, basically, even like I wanted to teach the mental math English because I love those subjects, and of course I teach my kids now also, like the mental math everything. So the thing is, it's all about interest. So once I was introduced into computers, so I got excited, and I thought, okay, this is something interesting. So that's where basically I started, and after that, basically, I got opportunity to study MCA, and then after that, I mean, so you need to know. I would say first thing, basically, if you have interest on anything, so and then if you have a path or maybe plan, so you can easily succeed in anything. So it's not about IT. It's not about um, math or anything. So you need to find out, okay, what is that you are interested in, right? So these days, like, whether it is academic or something else, like, the cricket, right? How much they're earning, how much they're enjoying, basically. So it's not like, okay, only if you study, your life is good. So don't think on those things, okay? So at least, I mean, of course, you are still a very, sixth grade. So maybe you don't know all the things, but, as you grow up, you definitely know, okay, these are all the things that I need to, in the market. So which one you need to select. So you should also, like, find out that basically whether you're good in math, whether you're interested in something else. So once you know that one, so definitely you need to try to convince your parents, that you want to go in that area, and then slowly, you will also, become a good one in that one. So that's all, you need to remember.
And here I would like to add one more thing,
Okay,
my
sir.
dear Keshav. My beloved director, sir, Naishru sir always tells the same intense interest. We call it ఆకలి. ఆకలి ఉంటే అన్ని అదే నేర్పుతుంది. So if you have that right burning desire, interest, then it itself
Yes,
take you
sir.
what to learn and how to learn and everything. But once all things are there, everything is there with you, but you don't have interest, then no use. So ఆకలి ఖచ్చితంగా ఉండాలి.
Yes,
Nice,
sir.
gentlemen. Good. Then Keshav, nice. Please
Okay, sir.
please mute yourself. Then who is going to ask the next question?
Sir, may I ask, sir?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, again, Rajalakshmi.
Which type of mental maths should we prefer to teach kids, sir? Any examples, please?
Sorry, which type of?
Mental
Mental
maths.
maths.
I
I
mean,
mean, all that
She's
you
asking any
always.
example.
yeah, I mean, like, see, there are so many things in the math, right? I mean, like, maybe if you want to find out square, for example, like, that ends with 5, like, 65 square. So there are shortcuts for that, if you want to really find out a cube root, square root. So the good thing is, like, in India, these days, they have so many YouTube videos, okay? Starting from Shakuntala Devi's videos to, everything. So probably, that's what you need to start, to see, like, what are, there might be so many things that, based on the age that, that are applicable to the kids age. So you need to find out those, and, maybe once you understand, you can explain it to them. Or maybe, once if you find a good video, you can just, give it to kids, and, they'll also easily get it. So that is also other important thing that, useful for the competition, right? So how fast you do is also a good important thing.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, next one.
While considering present situation, the corona situation and H1B1 visa ban and all, so are there any increased chance of opportunities in USA or not, sir, for Indians especially? While considering present situation and all.
It's a difficult question, I would say, because every few months we hear different news and different things, maybe based on politics or whatever. So, see, definitely, U.S. government always tries to give importance to the local citizens. So, of course, any country has to do that one, right? So that's why, like, you hear always these news, and the main thing is, like, in India, mainly media, like, I don't know how much they know, but they just read or copy somewhere, and they just broadcast a lot, maybe 30 minutes program, 1 hour program. Whenever I call my parents, like, they also, so even, like, if it is a small use, they just try to use that, and just like make a program for 30 to 60 minutes. But see, it's about, see, every year it's a different situation, right? I know it's a COVID right now, but no one can predict it, definitely. I don't think, it's that easy to guess also what would happen next year, or how it would be after that, after the elections. So no idea, because it's always challenging. And of course, if you have really good talent, and, if you are into the computer background, so you will definitely get, more opportunities. But, you know, it's, it's tough question, and it's not easy to answer.
Still, next one.
Sir,
Sir, can I?
shall I ask some questions, sir?
No, sure, Mr. Prasad and Rajshekhar, I would like to give you the chance, but in the meantime, I would like to know any new person wants to ask the question.
Yes, sir. Sir, can I?
Venkat, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Venkat, and my question is, sir, in our next generations, our education system will be developed like we should write exams in punch code and there will be a mechanical teacher. So, is this education better than our present education, sir?
Can you please repeat the question again? I couldn't
Sure,
hear
sir.
certain words.
Sir, in our next generations, our education system will be developed like we should write exams in punch code and there will be a mechanical teacher. So, is this education better than our present education, sir?
I'm still missing, right? Can you please repeat? Like he said,
No, he is saying that in future we have to take exams using punch coding or mechanical correcting like that. So when comparing with that, whatever we have now, it is better, or in future what we are getting changes, they are better.
Yes, sir, that's
I mean, he has some predictions about future exams and education, like punch coding, and he used one more word, mechanical. What is that?
mechanical teacher.
Mechanical
Teacher.
teacher.
Like,
Oh, okay, mechanical teaching. Like, without teachers, just it goes on.
yes.
It goes on. No need of even teachers there in front of us. Without that, also it goes on. So, do you think which is better?
I mean, it's, I don't know, like, see, but at least, when I compare with my childhood, where, like, the teacher is the only teacher and textbook. Other than those two, I mean, we never ever had, access to any other things, right? So either if you want to learn something, you need to read the book, but whatever is there in that book, that's all you know, right? Or based on your teacher skills or teacher's experience, how good they teach, so that's how you gain the knowledge, right? But right now, maybe like since like last 10 years or 5 years, because of all these technology, you good to know, I mean, you can easily learn anything. That's what I feel like. Let's say when you are learning some type subject, and there are some good 3D videos, that they make, on those things. So that way, like, once you read the subject from the textbook, and maybe after, you heard from your teacher, but if you want to understand more and more on that topic, you can easily find out a video on that topic, and then you can just I mean, get full knowledge on that one, right? So you have more
Yes.
opportunities basically to enhance your understanding based on those videos. So definitely that is a good game changer, I would say. I think, even in India, in rural areas, like they're actually using those videos, and there are so many companies that they're making basically, in certain areas like science, or some other areas like where you will get a clear picture, other than just reading it. So definitely that would help a lot. Um, that's what I feel.
Here I would like to add one thing, Pavan. See, when I was doing this MA literature, then I felt very difficult in finding out some concepts. That time I requested our Madam Lalita Madam to take me to any one lecturer. Then she took me to one one lecturer, and there I got something about Canterbury Tales and all. So she told me some lines, then I got a little bit confidence, and with that I was able to take MA Lit exam. But nowadays, if you once I type Canterbury Tales, I get even videos and everything. It's a good thing, no doubt about it. But still, one question here is, in a practical classroom, what happens, teacher is in a position to gauge the mindset of the students and interlink with the ongoing environment examples also. It's a live example she can give, but video in the sense it's good, however it is 3D and whatever it is, but that psychological link is missing. So in future, if you totally depend on this mechanical or whatever without teachers, then maybe we are missing some psychological link or whatever you can say. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, definitely we would definitely miss that one, but I don't see that, that would completely go away, right? So it's a combination is always good, like, from the teacher to these videos, definitely they would help. But I don't think in the near future, at least, we would see that we'll completely go out. I mean, I don't see that kind of thing, like, okay, where there are no teachers, everything is basically controlled by, these virtual teacher. I mean, like uh, online, or maybe, completely without the teacher. I don't think that would happen, but even if that happens, yeah, maybe we should feel like that, we'll definitely miss that fun and also the psychological thing.
Yes, yes. Fun in the sense, actually, I read one book. The name is I mean, Ammaku Jeze, Nannaku Jeze, Guruku Jeze. There in the book, actually, one person he mentioned about his teacher. I am now great engineer because of my teacher only. Then he taught math such a way that every problem he interlinked with the ongoing situations there in the environment. Now let's take this tub. It has got two leakages. Then still the man worker is pouring water. Now let us come and help him. And then such a way he interlinked environment with social ongoing examples and elevated his brain to such a level that now he could become a great engineer. Then seeing the video may not be that. Of course, you said that, what is that's correct. In future you may get the combination of both. Nice. Next question may I expect from any new person.
Sir. No, okay.
Wait, Sanjula, are you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Good evening, sir. I am Sanjula. I completed intermediate. Hello.
Sanjula, please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. What are the advantages of studying in USA and benefits of higher education in the USA?
I think to some extent the question has already been answered, but still, if Pawan wants to add a little bit, let me check.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, just like to get better opportunity, that's what I feel. But, at least I really went through the subjects what they're teaching, in the MS. But subjects wise, we also have the same thing. Everything is same. Again, if you see in India itself, like where exactly you study, that is also matters, right? Like what kind of university it is. Based on that you get the opportunity. So I feel like it's the same one and a half same. I would feel because you're not basically learning any subject that you don't have in India. That is for sure, right? So and even that's I would say like somehow it is easy basically here because the way the type of exams that they give or maybe the kind of test that they have here in MS compared to in US, I mean India. So they are different, and even I feel like somehow it is easy to study here, at least from based on my personal experience. But like I said, it all depends on um, the career opportunities, right? So if you study in a famous university in India, you know that you'll get easily some job, right? So same thing here, like this is also another step here, I would say. But other than that, I don't see any main difference.
Okay, Sanjula, nice. Still, I mean, a new participant wants to ask a question. See, friends,
Yes, sir.
you need not ask only in English. You can ask in Telugu also if you need. Okay, so feel free to pose a question. Good. Next, I think it's Ravi Kumar.
Kumar.
Ravi Kumar, please go ahead.
Can I?
Wait. Mani Kumar, Mani, please wait. Let Mr. Ravi Kumar ask the question.
Yeah, yeah, pursued my agriculture BSc. Sir, what is the scope of agriculture in US?
Okay. Pawan, the gentleman has completed agricultural BSc. Then, does he have any growth opportunities there in US?
There could be, but I don't have much idea about that.
Okay, gentleman Ravi. Then next, Mani Kumar, what's your? Oh no, Mani Chandra.
What? I am Manichandra. I am studying ninth class. I am from Tirupati. What books are you read in free time?
Yeah, I mean, I read like different types of books, like other than my career related. Okay, so at least some fun related books I read, but I don't spend too much time on those things these days because I try to spend as much as time with my kids. So yeah.
Nice. Still,
Can I?
Sir, I am Sai
who is
Krishna.
this? Rohit. Rohit. Please go ahead, Rohit.
Hi, sir. My name is Rohit. I am from Vijayawada. I am studying ninth class. Do you have any hobbies?
Yes, like I love to play chess, like with my kids or with anyone. So that's the main thing, like because once I start playing chess, I can forget everything, all the tensions, stress, everything, and I enjoy that.
It seems Mr. Sai Krishna. Okay, Sai Krishna,
Sir,
would you like to ask? I
yes, sir.
think. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, I am Sai Krishna. I completed my BTech. Sir, how can we get a job opportunity in US while doing other jobs in other state or anything?
While doing other jobs in India, you mean?
Yeah.
Sai Krishna, would you like
Suppose
to
if
say
I
doing
am
other
doing,
jobs in India?
sir, if I am doing in Chennai, how can I get an opportunity in USA?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, so the first thing is basically to get better opportunities in US, you need to be in latest technologies. Okay, so and also you need to find out okay in what area basically is more demanding, and based on that, if you have those skills, you can definitely try to get an opportunity from your company itself. If not, then so you need to follow those proper way, like um, to apply for a new H1B, and based on that you can get an entry into US.
Still,
Sir?
yes. Who is this? Chinmay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Chinmay Sai. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. I am Chinmay, sir. I am studying 6th class. May I know who is your inspiration or role model?
Nice.
I would say like Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda. Some of those quotes, that inspired. So
Thank you.
Okay, nice, Chinmay. Good. So generally, you can say Swami Vivekananda is the universal inspiration personality for all. Good. I think you to learn some quotations, Chinmay. Good. Still next.
Sir, shall I ask some questions, sir?
Okay, Prasad, go ahead.
Sir, I completed MS Mathematics, sir. Sir, after MSc Mathematics, only one option teaching. So, any other options in IT sector or any other sector based on MSc Mathematics?
see, based on MS Mathematics means like, see, going into IT means basically you will apply your mathematical knowledge in some way. But definitely you need to start from the IT courses, right? Some language learning, all those. But if you say like, okay, based on the MS Mathematics degree, if you're expecting something, it's very challenging, right? So, but if you want to pursue in IT, then start learning some courses that are good right now. Then that way you'll get more exposure into that, and then you'll get opportunities.
Yes,
Or you can make a you can basically maybe do some masters like in after MS Math you can, of course, you can still go ahead and join some other courses, right? So that is the other way I would say.
Sir, mathematics is including any branch, all branches. So, ప్రతి వర్క్లో మ్యాథ్స్ అనేది ఉంటుంది కదా సార్.
Correct.
సో ఎంఎస్సి మ్యాథ్స్ కంప్లీట్ అయిన తర్వాత ఓన్లీ ఒకే ఒక ఆప్షన్ కనబడుతుంది, టీచింగ్ కనబడుతుంది. సో అది ఒక్కటి ఎందుకు కనబడుతుంది, అదర్ ఫీల్డ్స్లో ఎందుకు ఆపర్చునిటీ చూపించట్లేదు మ్యాథ్స్ వాళ్ళకి అని నా క్వశ్చన్ సార్.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, see, math is also important, but see, if you want to make a curry, you need all ingredients, right? Otherwise, it won't be good. Same thing here also, right? So, in what area you want to go, based on that, you need to have different skills set. Okay. So, if you're talking about people, okay, I have math, I did MS. So, it doesn't mean that, you need to know at least the basics of, other things, right? So, definitely, math is important one, that improves your brain, how you think. So that definitely adds, but at least at the same time, you need to know the other skills, or you need to learn the other skills, to go into something else. Like for example, you can do a bank job maybe easily because of your mathematics skills, right? But if you want to repair some motor, of course, you have the mathematical skills, but you cannot do that alone, right? So you need to balance it basically. So how you want to proceed further, based on that, you need to acquire those skills, whether it is IT or or non-IT or mechanical, whatever, right? So, but definitely you can use your mathematical background.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Okay, next one. Hello.
Shall I, sir?
Sure, Rashika.
Sir, did you face any problem staying in USA or in your profession or any point of view?
Being non-local.
Of course, there are so many. See, the simple thing, you lose some and you gain some, right? So I miss all my, basically my parents are there, I miss that one because I can't stay with them right now. That is the one biggest thing, right? So from every angle, if you see, like there are pros and cons, or maybe good and bad, but that's the life, right? You need to balance. So that's all I can say. Challenges are there everywhere.
No. Here I would like to ask the question from another perspective. For example, a man from Andhra Pradesh, if he goes to Bihar and wants to stay there, sometimes just he may feel insecure. Like that, a man from India goes to America and stays there. Does he feel any insecurity?
I don't think
being non-local.
feels like, yeah, I don't see anything like that here, So I never felt, I don't see from anyone like that. So
Okay. You see, there is one famous quotation that when you are in Rome, be like a Roman. Then
yep.
what would you say here in terms of America?
I mean, definitely, like, see, you have to follow the culture, right? I mean, immediately you may not know, but so simple example, when I came here, on the first day, I don't know anyone, right, in the office.
Okay.
So, but, starting from entrance, everywhere, like, they say hi, and no one knows me, right? So that is the good thing. Like, I understand. I mean, I liked immediately. So, and I started doing the same thing because that's the culture, right? I mean, the day one I learned something new, but I don't think, in India, I mean, maybe nowadays they're doing, but, at least when I was there, even no one, whether it is friend, enemy, or anyone, like, they hesitate to even say hi also, right? But here, you don't know, like, just like if I walk outside, someone unknown, whether he could be my neighbor or he could be someone from, from some other, area, we don't know, but, we just say hi, hey, how is going, something like that. That's a good thing, the culture I feel. So without any, thing in your mind, like, you should be open. Just say hi, just like simple smile with hi, make someone happy, right?
Okay.
Simple.
Nice.
So definitely wherever you are, you need to understand what is their culture and, try to follow in that one. So I'm not saying like, you need to find the bad ways and, do that way, but at least if that is good for you and others, then, you definitely need to learn that something new.
And at the same time, I'm sorry to ask this question. Sometimes we find some discrimination, and particularly blacks, and killing some other people. Sometimes we heard about even Indians also. So, what about this, gentlemen?
See, it happens basically, but again, it's temporary, I would say. Like, it's just not in US, everywhere. Like, even in India, it happened many times. Like, whoever are in Bombay, like, they did something like that. So it's all, I would say, mainly, politics or maybe some groups that they try to, use certain things, to benefit something out of that. So, of course, there is law and order, that they control. Yeah, I don't want to speak more on that one because it's a common problem everywhere in the world, I feel.
Okay. Next, who would like to ask the question? It seems Ajayji. Please go ahead.
Yes,
Please.
sir. Sir, good evening, sir. I am Ajay. Ajay. My qualification is MSc BEd. Sir, who is your favorite president of USA in coming election? Joe Biden or Donald Trump?
No comments on that.
Just
Maybe you can give a call later and then I can tell you. But see, whoever does good, basically they're all good. Okay.
Okay, nice.
Sir,
Okay.
can I ask?
Okay. Rajalakshmi, please. Ramalakshmi, go ahead.
Sir, please excuse me, sir, for this question. Sir, want to permanently settled in USA, or if you have a chance in India, you want to come, sir?
Right now, no idea, just going on like that. So we don't know what would happen in the future. So, but I'm ready to take however the life comes. So, I mean, no pressure, nothing, no thinking on that one. So, just take
Ramalakshmi,
what we
you
get.
can take the answer, the previous question, what he answered. No comment. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, no problem. Nice. It's quite personal. Right. Next. Just who would like to ask the next question? Yes. Samhita, are you here?
Some question, sir.
Again, Mr. Prasad. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I am asking, I speaking Telugu, sir.
Okay, please go ahead. No problem. Language is not a problem, gentlemen. You can ask.
Okay,
Feel
sir.
free.
ఓకే సార్. సార్ ఇప్పుడు మనం చదివే చదువు ఒకటి సార్, చదువు ఒకటి అయిపోతుంది, మనం చేసే పని ఒకటి అయిపోతుంది సార్. సో సార్ మీరు చేసే పనిలో సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ ఉందా సార్ అడుగుతున్నా. జస్ట్ అంటే ప్రతి ఒక్కరు చేసే పని సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్గా చేయలేకపోతున్నారు సార్. వాళ్ళ మనసుకు నచ్చింది ఒక పని అనుకుంటున్నారు, కానీ చేసే పని వేరే ఒకటి చేస్తున్నారు. కానీ అలా ప్రతి ఒక్కరు మనసుకు నచ్చిన పని చేయలేకపోతున్నారు సార్ చాలా మంది. మీరు చేసే వరకు మీకు సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ కాదని జస్ట్.
Yeah, that is true. But right now I'm satisfied with what I do because I'm into the area like what I like. So that is good. So the thing is, it depends. Like see, maybe initially when you start career, like let's say simple, like if you do masters in anything, so you learn so many things, right? It doesn't mean that you will apply all the knowledge that you learned, in the education system into your day-to-day job, right? So you need to think, okay, how much I can use, how much knowledge I can use out of that, and and that would be helpful to your day-to-day job, right? So you may not get 100% satisfaction, but of course there are so much pressure from different angles, like based on your age, maybe you need to get a good job first to get settled down. Then maybe you need to give some, you need to compromise on certain things. But maybe once you are in a good position, I mean to say, like maybe you are settled and at least you have some savings, all that, and probably maybe if you're really interested, yes, you can definitely change your career and go um, in that area, so that at least you can do what you want basically. So but maybe you may not get that opportunity immediately, but after 5 years, after 10 years, you can definitely think on that, right? So that way, like you can do what you want, or maybe what you like, or in what area you satisfied. So yeah, I mean, you always can do it anytime, right? After, let's say you love teaching, but right now you can't teach because of maybe you want to get more money, right? So why don't you do maybe on the weekends, go to some schools, maybe where where the where there's so many lack of teachers, right? Why don't you go there? I mean, not you. I'm just saying, right? So if you really have that thought, you can do in any way. Maybe you can just make a video and then maybe upload it. Maybe someone that would be useful, even if if useful to one person, you're satisfied, right? So you need to see, like in what way you want to use your knowledge, so that others can help. I mean, get some help on that one.
ఓకే సార్.
Still,
సార్ సార్ మనం ఒక గోల్ పెట్టుకుంటాం కదా సార్. గోల్ పెట్టుకునేటప్పుడు మధ్యన వచ్చిన అదర్స్ ఏవైనా ఇంకేదో మన గోల్ కాకుండా ఇంకేదో వచ్చి అదర్కి వచ్చాయి అనుకోండి సార్, ఏవో సమ్ జాబ్స్ వచ్చేస్తాయి. అవి ఎందుకు టర్న్ అయిపోతున్నాయి సార్? మన గోల్ మనం రీచ్ అవ్వకుండా అదర్ వైపు ఎందుకు నిలబడటం, ఆ గోల్ వైపు నిలబడట్లేదు ఎందుకు సార్? ఇప్పుడు చాలా మంది చూస్తున్నాం కదా సార్.
I would say mainly like like surroundings and pressure, right? So at
Yes.
least I see here, once they complete their high school, they get more freedom here. Like so there is not much pressure, all that. I know it would be funny, but I would say, like in India, the main thing is okay. First, you go to school and then college, and then immediately what you get, there's movie, right? Like the next 80, right? So basically, you need to get something. Otherwise, everyone say, okay, so you need to get a job. Otherwise, you are, no marriage, nothing, right? So you're bound to a particular system, basically. So if you don't follow that one, everyone sees that you are something like odd, right? So that's the thing, like everyone follows. So you need to do some compromisation on those things, otherwise, like you cannot go in that way. But like I said, go in that way, but whatever is your main interest, so you can definitely use that, maybe in any at any age, I would say, whether it is 40s or 50s, I mean, use that knowledge and do something, at least at that point of time. So the only other thing is, and I want to add one more point, there, like at least I feel, this is again my personal feeling, like at least in India, okay, once you complete the degree, you need to get a job. Otherwise, everyone looks at something differently at you, right? Whether it is
Yes, sir.
family members or relatives or friends, anyone, right? So, and after that, basically next thing is marriage and then kids, that's it. You're
Yes.
gone. Your life is gone there itself.
Definitely, sir.
If you have that freedom, okay, then I mean, you can maybe open a startup. Who knows, right? So you need to basically come out of those boundaries. Then only basically you can definitely succeed. What you want in your life. So at least that is the other freedom here. I see, like at least they do what they want. So they don't think about that much money. Okay, because there we are worried. Okay, we need to earn money, and we need to save for our kids. But at least they don't give that importance to that point in US at least. That's what I felt, with my colleagues. So they try to provide, the education and whatever is required for the kids up to a certain age. But after that, they're on their own. Okay. Even they go to, they do part-time jobs when they're studying itself. Like, when they're in high school, they basically go to restaurants, they do certain jobs so that, they can get some income. So after that, basically, they have more freedom. I would say, like freedom in a sense, like not a lot of pressure from parents or from anyone. But okay, by this age, you need to get a job. By this age, you need to get married. So at least, I don't see those maybe hard rules. I would say here. So that way, maybe at least try to accomplish what you want. So maybe you want to open a startup, just do it. Or maybe you want to, build some new business. Just go with that. So that's the main difference, I would say in India and US on that angle.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Nice. Still, is there anybody?
Sir,
Oh, it seems Samhita. Okay, go ahead.
sir, can you say some advantages and disadvantages to live in America and India?
Again, in what context, or in what perspective?
In education.
In education, I don't know. Maybe as a kid, like I would say, from your what is your age? You said
Sir, 7th class.
7th class. Yeah, maybe no need to do much homework if you are in US, right?
So what about exams?
Maybe
And here
say my
Samhita.
kid is here. If you want to talk to him, how
That's a good
much
thing. That's a
what
good thing,
they do.
Pavan. Actually, please do invite your kid also. I mean, our remaining people also feel happy to interact with him.
Hi.
Introduce yourself.
Hi.
Samhita, you can talk to him also, right?
Yeah, just tell about yourself.
I'm Pranav. I'm 9 years old. I'm in fourth class. I'm in fourth grade.
And he's the other kid.
Hi, my name is Neil. I'm in 8th grade right now. So I go to middle school.
So, my dear friends, he is Mr. Neil. Now, I mean, you can interact with him also, please. Particularly, I would like to know about kids who are studying here, 7th class, 8th class, 9th class. You can interact with him, like Samhita or Chinmay Sai. Then, whom do you find other people, other guys here, students, particularly below 10th class? Rohit. Yes. Chinmay.
So looks like no questions from kids.
No, they get that. Just, I mean, they hesitate in the beginning, actually, 1 or 2 minutes. The next, they come on to the main track. Samhita or.
Even if you ask in Telugu, that's fine. They understand Telugu, so not a problem.
Yes,
Feel
Rohit.
free to ask if you have anything. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, go ahead, Samhita.
do you like India or America?
Neil.
ఐఎమ్ బోర్న్ నేను ఇక్కడే నేను యూఎస్ లో పుట్టా సో నాకు ఇక్కడ అలవాటు ఐఎమ్ బోర్న్ ఇన్ యూఎస్ఏ సో నాకు ఇక్కడ అలవాటు మోస్ట్లీ అక్కడ వెళ్తే నాకు కొంచెం టైం పడుతుంది అలవాటు అవడానికి లైక్ అదే అక్కడ స్కూల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ లైక్ బయట వెదరు అలాంటివన్నీ ఎవరంటే సో ఇప్పుడు అడిగితే నేను యూఎస్ అనే చెప్తా కానీ ఒక ఇండియాకి వెళ్ళి ఒక 1 year అక్కడ ఉంటే ఇండియా చెప్తా
Very practical. Good. Nice. And here, friends, the second bell has rung. So I request you again to rejoin after 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, still. And of course, we will end the meeting within 15 minutes. Then still, anybody wants to ask a question, particularly to Neil and Pranav.
Sir, can I?
Sure, Rohit.
Hi, Neil. I am Rohit. What are your hobbies?
I like to play chess. I'm kind of interested in sports, and I like to do math. Coding is also one of my favorites. Like there's like lots of tools you can use to make like online things.
Yes, still? Mega Priyanshu?
Is
Sir,
your subject?
Yes, yes, Neil, you told that you like sports and sport you are most interested in.
Hmm
Which sports you are interested?
Um, I like cricket, soccer, and football.
Okay, Chinmay, good.
and
Yes?
Your favorite subject? What is your favorite subject?
Math.
Man. So,
can you
Neil, I would like to ask a question. Now, your favorite subject is math, but which teaching do you enjoy better? I mean, teaching given by your father or your teachers there at school? I know your father teaches you mathematics at home, particularly some typical problems and all. Okay, then
Mm,
whose teaching do you enjoy? I mean, teaching there at school or given by your father?
both.
No, no, I
Okay,
want you to choose one, at least 1%.
Dad.
Dad. So I feel that Indian. Once you say dad means I feel that Indian teaching. Okay, nice. Then what do you find the difference between these two actually, given by your dad and there at school? Do you find any difference,
So
particularly maybe in techniques or logical
in
thinkings?
school they just tell us what to do and like how to use it. But Dad, he kind of like it's kind of like practical.
Mhm.
Like tell us like more like how to memorize it, how to use it, shortcuts. It's like more things like the things they wouldn't tell us in school. Shortcuts to do math.
Hmm. Still, uh,
That's
Neil, what is your life ambition?
to become a coder or like a software developer to make like games.
Okay. What type of maths interested? What type of math? What type of maths? Calculus, algebra.
see, gentleman, you're asking from your MSc Mathematics standard. Okay, that's a different gentleman. Okay.
Just
I guess algebra.
Oh,
algebra.
nice.
Okay.
No, that is because he hasn't seen other subjects yet, right? Like calculus or anything, because he's in eighth grade. So far, like he already covered certain algebraic topics, so that's the reason he's telling. But he has to expose, still get more exposure into those.
Okay, so happy to see you, Neil. Nice. And Pranav. Hello. ఉంది అడుగు. Okay, Pavan. So, I mean, Sweetie, would you like to ask any question? Sarvagnya?
Are the children beaten by the teachers in America?
No, you want to hear from them?
Yes,
No,
particularly
we
from Neil.
we don't get hit.
Chinmay, Chinmay, Chino. Power charging, charging. Just friends, here battery is running low. Just a minute, please. Okay, it's okay. Okay. So happy to see you, Neil and Pranav. Good. So Pavan, it has been more than 1.5 hours. So it's really nice to see you with a lot of patience and answering all the questions by our participants, students. Good. Then from my side, just I would like to ask one or two more questions. See, sometime back I read one book. There I got two definitions, and the one is NRI. Everybody knows that NRI, non-resident Indians, and there the other introduced one more word like INR. INR. He said. What he said, Indians uh, non-resident. I mean, the people who stay here in India, and of course they feel that non-resident. I mean, they don't give much contribution, and sometimes people feel that those who go abroad and they don't have much contribution to our India. But while I read articles and come to know some activities, what they do, then really it's good thing. So my question here is, how do you feel about this and the contribution of NRIs to India? Some people, particularly youngsters, also they have an opinion that after gaining knowledge in India, simply they go abroad and settle there and earn money, and they have their own enjoyable life. But still, I do find their contribution to India also. So, what do you say about this, gentlemen?
Um, Contribution in the sense like, see, even in India, in almost all IT companies, see, whatever projects they're doing, they're not from basically from India, right?
Right.
So I don't know, like in what way they're contributing, I would say, right? So maybe there are certain government projects that they might work, in some companies, but again, it's like it's I don't know, like when you say contribution in the sense, there no one is doing for free, right?
Okay, good.
So whether it's a government project or for any other country project, so they're just doing for their job sake. I don't know in what angle they're contributing. I would say at least from their technology perspective.
Okay, let me tell you from my side. So here NR in this
For
is
example,
non-resident. Let
just
me
one
quote
thing like yeah.
one example I would like to quote here. See here in India, our children don't pay much attention in learning even Sanskrit or devotional songs and all. But I do find children there in US, then they get appointed teacher online there from India, and they learn Sanskrit and even some devotional songs and all. I mean, they are doing their bit. They're in enliving this culture, or you can say particularly some songs, devotional songs and all. And you take our beloved director sir, Naishro sir, his grandson, he lives there in Netherlands, but he is able to render nice slokas there in the Sanskrit and all also. But when it comes to here India, we people don't give that much interest also. Not only that, there we find Tana. Do you encourage people coming from India and celebrating there and all? So such a way, what's your opinion?
See, two things in that angle. Basically, one is their parents' interest, right? Because unless and until you tell the kids, they don't know about any of these things, right? So, as a parent, if you are interested in something, okay, I want to, maybe my kids want to know like something, right? Whether it is a dance, or devotional songs, anything, right? So, so that is first thing is basically parents' interest, and they need to maybe explain it to properly to the kids so that they're also interested to learn something those. And the second thing is maybe I feel like they may not get the time in India maybe these days because of the private schools. I would say like maybe going in the morning, coming at around 7 8, and weekend only only Sunday is available. So that could be the other reason I see, because here at least there's so much time on weekends. So almost like every kid goes to either some kind of class, whether it could be Telugu or or maybe certain kind of dance. So it doesn't matter where you are. If you are really interested to teach something to your kid, yes, that is always possible. But it's all about the interest and time, I would say.
And particularly here, I would like to say sorry to our Indians. I mean, other participants. Why that last time one religious speaker, I mean the great Samayanu Shanmukh Sharmaji, just he went to US and he talked to some people. There, people said that, "Sir, we are happy here. Only thing is, we have to feel that we are missing our culture here, particularly related to India." They said we are missing Indian culture. Then what he said? Okay, never think like that. Once you come to India, actually feeling that here, staying in America, you feel that you are missing. But once you come there, you lose it. He said. The funny thing he said, you are missing there, but once you come here, you lose it. So at least the people who are staying there, they're trying their best to give a chance to continue these routes. But of course, might be the problem with the RJLs only. That's what you said. It depends on the interest of the parents. Nice. And still one more question I would like to ask, gentlemen. Then being a software engineer, you are busy. Just you go to office and have your day there. And children, they go to school. And what about better off? Then even last time, Lalita madam, I mean, she went abroad, and there also she said the same thing. I mean, particularly women, they feel isolated, and like that here in India we have nice culture. I mean, culture in the sense they don't have time to be free. I mean, every time you find neighbors and all, it's a busy world. But they're actually staying at home itself. They feel isolated sometime. Then what is your comment?
I mean, it depends on the community where you live, right? Maybe.
Okay.
So if you have a lot of friends, whether Indian friends or doesn't matter, right? So and then of course they spend some time with them, and they don't miss any of those basically, whether it is in India and US. But of course, there are certain cities where you may not find more Indians, or maybe maybe not able to make much friends. So in that, I mean, in those scenarios, yes, they may feel like that. But again, it all depends on the person, like based on their hobbies and activities. Like they try to engage themselves, in certain areas so that they don't feel that bored or isolated.
Okay, nice, Pavan. With a lot of patience, you have answered all our questions. I feel so happy, and I thank you wholeheartedly from the bottom of my heart. And now you see, Pavan. In fact, it's you who introduced me to this Apex Mist of English. I mean, I still remember today. Then nearly in the, I mean, some 20 plus years ago. Then you took me to our beloved director Nageshwar sir and introduced to me. And that time, sir was there in the, I mean, not in the classroom, completely there in the downstairs of our building. Then there itself, just you introduced to me, and later I became a student. And of course, then how do you feel about that? And in front of you now, here itself, Nageshwar sir is present. Then I wish you to talk to our sir. Nageshwar sir is here in our session only. Just please go ahead, Pawan.
Hey, sir, how are you?
Oh, fine here, Pavan. How are you?
I'm good, sir.
Nice,
Thanks
nice.
for all our support and blessings.
Nice listening to you after a very long time, nearly 20 years past. Really, I want to see you still very active, energetic, very nice, lovely. So many times I asked Ravikant, how is Pavan, how is he going on, like that. So I get indirect answers from him. I want direct answers from him.
Sir.
Yeah. I'm really very happy. I am fond of chess, and you are playing chess, and you teach your sons also chess. Really great thing. And now, though you are away thousands of kilometers away from India, you teach our culture, and your children also speak Telugu. Really is a wonderful thing. It's a great. Uh, your sons are also very active. So nice. So would you like to come back after 15, 20 years, or you want to stay back permanently there with your children?
That's a very difficult to answer, sir. Like, see, I mean, it never went like that, properly planned. So I don't know, like, what would happen in the near future, but I definitely, want to stay with my parents. I would love to bring, them to here, or maybe I would love to come there, but don't know what would happen. So I'll just take, as it comes. That's all I can say now.
Very nice, yeah, Pawan. Very lovely. So nice. Very matured expression, matured thoughts. Your children are also quite good.
Thank you.
Sir, really, I feel very happy to see your presence and show, sir. Then, particularly, we both
I
belong
actually
to,
enjoy your,
sir, we both belong to
I
FX,
enjoy,
sir. Sir.
I enjoy your company and the company of the students,
Sir,
especially
sir.
Pawan. Actually,
Yes,
see
sir.
Pawan
Sir.
after long years.
Sir.
So very nice. Still, he has got tender face. He has not become old in spite of being 44. I think. Are you 44 years old?
43 now.
43. Still looking very young after 30. So nice, yeah.
Maybe because of my.
No, that's okay. That's quite normal, but face is quite tender. Yes, our friend wanted to ask me something. Otherwise, wanted to ask me something. He started.
Sir.
Okay. Ravi,
Sir,
you give
please.
me Pawan's number. I want to talk to Pawan.
Sure, sir.
My niece daughter is fond of playing chess with your kids.
Yes.
She wants company. She's in USA working in WhatsApp company. Pawan.
Sure, sir.
Sure, sir.
Children can play, the time it matches. Whenever they are free, they can play. And she's a good chess player. And really, your children also get good company. So I'll give you, please forward your number to me. Get
Sure,
my
sir.
number through Ravi.
Sure, sir.
I'll forward to my niece. My brother's daughter is there.
Sure, sir, definitely.
Very nice. Anything else, Ravi? Thank you very
Sir,
much.
sir,
So
sir,
nice.
I feel so happy, sir.
You
Particularly,
are really one
I
of
today,
the.
even today, I remember, sir, the day how Mr. Pavan brought me to you, sir. And I'm actually, Pavan belonged to around 36 or 35th batch, sir. Then after, no, what Pavan? Actually, first I completed, or you, Pavan?
First, Pawan only completed. Then
I completed
Yes,
first.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pawan only completed actually. When Pawan was presenting his topic, actually, I was a student that time, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I mean, these people presented their final topics. Then I was there in the class and asked some questions. I mean, you would provide me as an opportunity to ask questions, sir, to ongoing batch students. That time, Pawan actually, yes, he joined first. The next, he introduced me, sir. Sir, it's a nice one, sir.
Actually, these students, joining Apex, they are really very lucky people to improve communication skills, along with their education. They are very lucky people. So they should complete and enrich their knowledge, communication, and other skills so that they shine well before other students of that age.
Yep, I still remember those days, like, when Mr. Nageshwar taught me that, okay, like, whether it is English or Telugu or whatever, like, even in the group discussions, like, he always encouraged everyone basically that, just speak, even if you can't speak in English, first thing is basically confidence, right? Whatever language doesn't matter. So, that's the other thing, like, I would say, like, to all the students, first, basically, you should be confident enough. Maybe, you should get more confidence to speak, basically, whether it is good or bad, don't think on that. Of course, everyone makes mistakes, and that's how we learn. But even if you're very good at English and, but if you don't know what to talk, or maybe, if you're shy, then there is no point, right? So whatever is the language, I would say, like, always be confident and, speak, uh, nicely.
Very nice, Ravikant.
Sir,
Please go
sir.
ahead.
Nice, sir. Thank you, sir.
Please go ahead. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir. I think no more questions here. I mean, is there anybody? So still it is a long journey. I mean, we have completed almost, 1 hour 45 minutes. So hope there are no questions from the
So definitely,
participants.
thank
Good, good.
you. Thank you, Ravikant, for the opportunity.
Thank
And
you, Pawan.
I don't know how good I answered.
You answered well,
So
gentlemen. Really, all people got satisfied, and I can find so much happiness, joy in their faces. Nice. Then it's very nice to have this session. And in future, I mean, I would request you to come back again. I mean, for every 6 months we do have. I mean, for every 15 days we have guest star, but 6 months in the sense you get again new people and might be some different questions and all. So I would request you to spare your time and have your pleasure with our students.
sure, definitely.
Sir, sir. So thank you, sir. Nice show, sir. Friends, would like.
Okay,
I mean, we'll see again tomorrow's classes as usual. Then, I would request Ramalakshmi to sing our national anthem, and all our people just will end our session with the national anthem. So please take your mic, Ramalakshmi, and of course everybody. I will unmute all the mics. So please go ahead. Then it is our tradition in every guest hour just to end our program with the national anthem. Just I would ask everybody to participate. Just a minute. Let me unmute your mics. 1 minute. Okay. Okay, Ramalakshmi, please go ahead. కట్ అయిపోయినట్టుంది కట్ అయిపోయింది అయిపోయింది ఒక్కసారి ఓకే రామలక్ష్మి ప్లీజ్ గో హెడ్ సో రామలక్ష్మి there is some technical problem now please go ahead okay friends please go ahead just Ramalakshmi please go ahead start
जनगणमनाधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल जलयितरंगा तब शुभ नामे जाये तब शुभ आशीष माये जाये तब जय गादा जनगण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
jai hind
जय हिंद
thank you Pawan thank you one and all just thank you thanks a lot we'll see again
thank you all.
bye bye
Bye.
thank you nice Pawan
Bye, sir.
Bye, ma.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Bye, ma.
Bye, sir.
Bye, mom. Yeah, Devi sir.